Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming back at you with another video. And this is my 2024 goals video. So, if you want to know what those goals are, you know what to do. Hop on the train and take a journey with me. Alright, so we're back. And like I said, this is the 2024 goals video. It's going to be partially my comic collecting goals, but also my YouTube goals. Um, I've been doing videos. I'm gonna go into my YouTube goals because my comic goals will probably be a little longer. So my YouTube goals for this year, I think because I've been doing this for 5 years, making content, but it's been sporadic on off. I have varying times of putting out content. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just don't have a lot of time. 3 kids, full time job, husband. Like it's a lot, right? And so to get the time to sit down and do that, it's kind of tough, right? It's time is at a premium. Um, and so one of the goals that I think I want to try is to set aside a few hours or whatever it is on like one day a week or something like that, and try to record some content. And by that I mean try to record multiple things on one day if I can, just to help so that way I can just edit as I go, and then I can kind of put things out in a little more consistent basis. I know a lot of my videos are mostly unboxing videos, and every once in a while I do some like hunting videos and stuff like that. But you know, unboxing videos require you to buy shit, and it gets kind of pricey, right? But what I do to kind of offset that is I sell books. All right, so some of the books that I go and hunt for are not necessarily books that I'm keeping, right? And maybe I can show that side of it as well. So how I sell the books, where I sell them at, how I package books. Maybe that could be a part of it as well. Not to say that I'm like the big time seller or anything like that, but I managed to find some books in the wild that I can clean and press myself, and put them back out there, right? So that could be one thing, option that I can throw out there as far as video series or whatever you want to call it. Um, so that's one of my goals for this year, is to try to put out a little more consistent videos on a more consistent basis, right? And maybe not might not be every week, but try to limit it to like not once every 3 months or something like that. So that's one of my goals. Another one of my goals is to try to do some more hunting videos, right? And by that I mean actually record video when I'm out hunting, right? So I do go to a lot of places. I do go to a lot of LCSs. In the New England area, not just Massachusetts, but New Hampshire, Connecticut. I've gone to a bunch of places, and even when I travel, for as far as like family vacations stuff like that, I try to find local places, and I don't always record video, right? Sometimes I just don't have the time to do it, right? I have to be in there. Maybe I get 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe an hour, right? I'm on vacation, right? So my family's like, hey, we're on vacation. Why are you doing this? So I don't have a lot of time, right? When they do allow me to go out and do my thing. So maybe one of the things I was thinking about is possibly getting like, a little GoPro camera or something like that. Something that I could just have on my backpack or something. I don't have to have my camera out. I can have both hands free to kind of go digging. And that might be something that makes it a little easier for me to actually record video while I'm out hunting. And then that could be, a little more content that I could put out there. So that's another thing that I want to try to do, is right, get more hunting videos. Because like I said, I do go to LCS's, flea markets, garage sales, everything, right? So I'm always all over the place. So I'm gonna try to do that as well. And the last thing I want to do as far as like the YouTube thing is possibly document a comic room rehaul, right? It just a remodel. My room has changed a few times. I'm down in the basement, and you know, it's just piles and piles of books, and you can see books right up here. I had books that were on a shelf up here, and the shelf actually collapsed, broke one of my statues. So I need to kind of fix that and put some better shelving up there, and just try to get the room looking a lot better. Right now it's just in kind of like disarray, and that's no way to have my collection when I'm trying to look for books, or even when I'm trying to sell a book. Sometimes I've gotten a little more organized with that, but sometimes just trying to find a book is tough, right? And then you go out and you're like, oh, I don't know if I have this book. You end up buying it twice, three times, or whatever, even if it's a book that maybe you really didn't want. So that will help maybe cut down on some spending as well, so unwanted spending. So that's another goal of mine for the YouTube channel, and then maybe that could be something where like I can display my progress in it, right? You can get the first version of it, how it looks now, and then I can kind of as I progress, take some video of it, how it's going, and if I tend to buy more things or change it up and stuff like that, so you can kind of see how that goes, and that could be something. So on to what everybody's here for, and that is my comic goal, right? So what I'm going to be collecting in this year. So I'm trying to focus. What I want to do is minimize the amount of quantity that I was getting as far as books goes. I want to do more quality, and I know a lot of people say that, and they try to hone in on just certain books, because again, like when you start collecting, or even if you've been collecting for a while and you come back into it, you kind of rush and try to get a bunch of books, and you end up getting a bunch of stuff that you thought you wanted, and at the time you did, but now your goals and collecting habits have changed over time. And I think that's what happened with me. I have a lot of books that I wanted at the time, and now I look at it, I'm like, this might have been a waste of money. I could have probably used that money for something else. So I'm going through my collection. I'm trying to find books that I really don't want. Maybe I could sell them to buy something else. And I want to focus more on buying some bigger key issues this year, right? So I'm going to try to limit the amount of maybe new variant covers or ratios and stuff like that. Try to more focus in on just like, if I am going to get a ratio cover, or a variant cover, it's going to be one that I really want. And but I'm gonna focus in on some bigger books, and those bigger books are FF48, so Fantastic Four 48. All right, the first Silver Surfer, cameo of Galactus. It's one of the books that I need. So I have 49 and 50. I don't have 48, which is the kind of the trilogy, if you will. So that's one book that I'm looking into getting. Obviously not high grade. I can't afford high grade because that's just ridiculous. But possibly like a mid grade to just above low grade, kind of like in that mid tier. Anywhere from like a maybe a 3, 2.5 that presents well, to a possible 4, 5, or something like that. And I don't know if I can get into like the 5s and 6s and stuff, because then that's when the 4-digit numbers start popping up. But something in that realm. A Giant Size X-Men 1. It's a book that I had in my collection and I sold, and now to try to get it back, obviously it's a little more difficult. So that's a book that I want to key in on. I do have an extensive, if you will, X-Men run, in the early years of Claremont, and I know Giant Size X-Men 1 is technically not Claremont. He really didn't write it, but it's kind of grouped together because there's a lot of characters that have first appearances in there that tie over into Claremont's run when he started in X-Men 94. So that's another book that I'm looking into. Another one is Batman 181. So again, another big book. Always have my eye on it, but it's one of those things where like prices obviously keep going up, right? A lot of these Silver Age books, stuff like that, prices always kind of jump up. And as more and more people start to look for these books, and they start snatching up like the lower grade ones, prices, the demand goes up, prices start going up. So I know I'll be on the lookout for one of those. Detective Comics 359. That's another one that I've been looking for. Prices that kind of cooled a little bit, so I'm hoping that I could find a nice, mid-grade copy of that. And again, all these books, not any particular high grade. Obviously, if I find one in a nice high grade for a good deal, then obviously I'm gonna jump on it. But that mid grade is pretty much where I'm gonna be sitting at with most of these books. So Detective Comics 359, and then the last one that's kind of on this list is also House of Secrets 92 for Swamp Thing. Another book that I love the cover. I love the story behind it, and it's just another a great key issue to have in the collection. Again, nothing too crazy, but it's just some of the books, and not to say that I'm gonna get all those books this year, but it's if I can even get one of those books this year, I'd be happy with that. So that's one of my goals. Another one of my goals is to attempt to finish my 2023 want list. So I had that up on Instagram, and I can probably put a picture of some of the books that I wanted here that I wasn't able to get, and they're pretty much just like more modern, hard to find, like variant covers. I think that's all I really have left of those. I got quite a bit of the other ones, but it'd be nice to just kind of finish that off. I'm not really pushing towards that. I mean, if I find one for a decent price, I'll jump on it. But other than that, I'm not really pushing it. I'm trying to get more of those high, more big boy books, if you will, blue chip keys. And, so that's, and then I have like a few other like smaller runs that I'm trying to like get. I know, I'm trying to get the whole series of Watchmen. Right, it was one of my favorite reads. I read it in like trade paperback and stuff like that, and graphic novel, but I never actually had the floppies. So that's something that I would like to try to get. 1 through 12. If I can finish that. I'm trying to get the whole Gargoyles run, which the original one from like '92 or something like that. I forgot the year. I have issue 1. I was able to pick that up recently. But if I can finish that run, I believe that was only like 10 issues or something like that. It's not a big run, but they're a little harder to find, and they command a pretty good price. And another one that I'm trying to collect is Secret Empire. So this is one of them right here. I could just show it off. This is a J. Scott Campbell 1 in 50 variant from this run. I know it's not one of the most popular runs, but J. Scott Campbell did the variant covers for the entire run, right? And so it's 10 issues. He did 1 through 10, and they're all connecting covers, right? So I thought it'd be pretty cool to snag all these and kind of have them like laid out. And I love J. Scott Campbell, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to get that, right? It's one of those things where like he's known for drawing like women and females and stuff like that. And these covers have different characters, right? All of them have 3 or 4 characters on the cover, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to display a different side of his art style, right, than everybody's really used to. So I thought that'd be pretty cool to have that. But like I said, nothing too crazy as far as like bulk quantity. It's mostly quality, and I'm trying to get some bigger books. Another one I got my eye on is Atom, Legend of Blue Marvel. Definitely trying to pick up that whole run. It fits into what I'm also trying to collect is more, minority characters, right? People of color. That's what I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to get most of those. As a person of color myself, that's what I'm trying to do. And whenever I can pick up a first appearance of a person of color, that's what I'm trying to do, right? So I'm also on the lookout for those, and it doesn't matter Marvel, DC, indie. I look for it all. So I don't play the whole I collect everything. It doesn't really matter. I'm a comic collector first and foremost, and I just love the medium itself. So whatever, take that as you will. So that's pretty much it. Those are my goals for this year. I'm not trying to go too crazy on the goals because I actually want to complete some of them. Right? If you have too many grand things, you might not even complete any of them. So be a little more grounded, and hopefully I'll be able to pick some up, and hopefully the YouTube side I can start picking up a little steam. All right. So let me know what you guys think of my goals for this year, and until next time, talk to you guys later. Peace.